This new pencil offers no help. She throws it across the room, where it skitters next to the previous one. She reaches for her phone again. Nothing. How hard is it for Annie to check her mail and text back? Lindy had impulsively texted her when maybe she should have chosen one of the others. But it's been, 13 years since the funeral? She can't possibly still be mad. Of course she could still be mad, which is probably why Lindy impulsively texted her in the first place, to test the waters. Lindy was always testing something. Lindy rises, cracks her neck, and debates the treadmill. Then she catches a glimpse of her reflection in the window. She didn't sleep well last night, not after the FedEx, and she doesn't bounce back like she used to. Also, she looks bloated, puffy from her eyes to her hips, and she's expected to pour herself into a low-cut catsuit for the show tonight. A leather catsuit. Megan, her costumer, had picked it out, and the producers had approved it, and it was hung in her dressing room, all without as much as a consult with Lindy. Sure, they'd asked casually, but it was already understood. This is why they paid for her trainer. This is what keeps her relevant. Of course she was going to wear the catsuit, even if she was 40, which she'd just turned last month. People.com had devoted their top story to it, Lindy Armstrong Through the Years, a portfolio of pictures from every year she'd been famous. It wrapped up with a recent photo of her leaving a London nightclub with her fingers linked with Tatiana's. Lindy didn't linger on the spread, but she glanced quickly enough to recognize the very first shot, the one from when she'd just started out, when she was 24 and landed a one-off gig as the opening act for the opening act of a Tim McGraw charity concert in Nashville. Everyone, all 5 of them, had flown down to cheer her on. 40. Her sister tells her that it's time for her to figure out what she wants out of life. Lindy tells her sister that she's a goddamn superstar. What else could she possibly want? Her sister sighs heavily and tells her to take care of herself. But her sister has 2 dirty-fisted toddlers and a minivan, so it's not like she has any idea, not like she can relate one iota to Lindy's life. And yet, when Lindy hangs up the phone, she's also semi-aware that her sister isn't entirely wrong, that Lindy often has no clue what she wants, or wanted, or should have wanted, and spends a lot of time regretting things she was sure she coveted, but didn't, and things she was certain she should have left behind, and later wished she hadn't. That's what rock and roll is, not having any fucking idea about anything other than the music. She's long since forgotten that her first love was country music, and not that her music matters that much now anyway. She stares at her bloated, exhausted reflection and hesitates. This fuck-all sentiment used to be true for her, but now, just for this passing second, she wonders how honest it really is. If you were to make a graph on where Lindy's truths lined up these days, you wouldn't exactly get a straight arrow. She turns from the window and checks her phone. Annie still hasn't texted her back, which Lindy thinks is so goddamn typical. Her text beeps just then, and she swipes immediately. It's from Napoleon. Blow off the walls tonight at the show. She checks the time. 2 hours until the car picks her up. Christ, she exhales, like I need this right now. Lindy has no idea what she actually needs right now, though a text from Annie would help, and the premiere taping of Rock and Roll Dream Makers surely seems like it won't. When they'd approached her to be a judge, Lindy immediately said no. God, she'd said to Tatiana, a reality show? Have they ever found anyone remotely decent on a reality show? What happened to busking? What happened to earning your goddamn stripes? Everyone just shows up with an acoustic guitar and says, I can sing hallelujah, so make me famous. Tatiana, a seasoned publicist, though not Lindy's, don't shit where you eat and all that, pointed out that plenty of remotely decent people had been discovered on reality shows, and that Lindy herself had been helped by exploding on MySpace back when not everyone exploded on MySpace. Lindy saw her point, but was only swayed when her manager informed her that they were offering her $4 million for the season. Also, it would really bolster the fall tour, 32 cities in 6 weeks. Lindy has no idea how she'll have the stamina to endure it.